Hello and welcome back to this lecture. In this lecture, we will discuss about Streams API. So this is a very core concept in functional programming to know about Streams API. So it is introduced in Java 8. It consists of many classes which will implement the Streams API. So it is part of the Java.util.streams package. And what first thing to understand about streams is it is used to aggregate and process collections. So collections or arrays or any data structure, we can use the streams, and you can process the particular collection and aggregate its values such as count, average. Everything can be used get using the stream API, and it is used to process the collections also. So if you want to filter a particular value from the particular collection, and there are two different types of streams. This is sequential stream and parallel stream. So sequential stream will execute the program sequentially one after the another. So the each item in the particular stream will be executed one after the another. But in parallel stream, they will be executed parallelly using the feature of multi-core processors which are available in the market. So parallel streams will process them parallelly, which means we are not sure that which one will execute the first, like that it will be. And now let us discuss more about streams. So next thing which we'll discuss is streams methods. So streams has a lot of methods. So these methods will be used for aggregating as well as aggregating the collections, as well as for processing the collection elements, mapping them, flat mapping them, and checking for other predicate conditions, filtering them, and then uh, finally there are some aggregate methods also. So there are two different types of operations in streams: terminal operation and intermediate operation. So in terminal operations will enter the stream and will return you a particular value, whereas intermediate operation will return you a particular stream, and you can continue using the other intermediate operations, so that you can use multiple intermediate operations and one terminal operation in a particular stream. So like that, and stream can be closed using the close function. So let us see the other functions which are present. Let us see more functions. So here there is another functions and little more functions. So this is more functions on streams. So these all functions are related to functional programming. Most of them are related to functional programming. The aggregate count these methods are for aggregating the collection and printing the values. And let us see some of the programs based on the streams API to understand more about these methods. Now let us discuss about a simple program based on Streams API. So in this program, we will have different types of streams, and we will try to add some values into the stream and use some of the methods to filter the particular streams. So let us see this program. So here you can see I have an in stream here. So I am declaring the in stream and supplying dot off method to initialize the values into the in stream, and after that I am printing the values using the system for each method in the which is present in the Streams API. And here you can see after that I am using the count method, count, to store the count of the particular stream. So before that I am filtering it and I am using the count method. So like that we can use to get the count of how many elements are satisfying a particular filter condition. So now let us see the another type of streams. So here I am using the uh, stream generic type of streams in which I am taking the string and I am taking storing the string values, and after that I am using the similar logic and I am filtering based on a contains value d. So like that I am filtering. So let us see the output of this program. So here you can see the values are printed first, then count is coming, and then later the filtered value after the predicate condition it is printing. So we are seeing in this program about how to filter and print the using Streams API. Now let us see another program. Now let us discuss another program on streams. So in this program, we'll have a particular stream to process a data, our user-defined collection, and we will process them and use the map and all matches and any matches functionality in the streams API. So let us start this program. So here we can see them. There is a collection I am creating here, array list, and into the array list I am adding a student object. Student is a simple poser class. It consists of some fields only and id, name and age. And let us go back to the main method. So here you can see I am adding the particular elements into the list, and after that I am using the map functionality. Here you have to use map is like this. First you can do any filtering or anything, and after you can use the map will map your particular uh, collection to another form. So here I am converting the integer into age equal to like that string I am converting. The mapping can be done using this map functionality. And I'm using the enhanced for loop to print the for each loop to print the particular value, and it will print the value. So I'm using the method reference of system.out.println, so that it will print the values. And after that, I am using the any matches and all matches functionality which is present in the streams API. So it will check whether all matches will check whether a particular condition is matching for all the values. Any matches will check whether any of the value, any of the condition is satisfied by any of the values in the particular collection. So let us see the output of this program. So here we can see mapping is done to age equal to like that the mapping will done. So map functionality is working fine, and after that any matches and all matches, this functionality is getting value true. So it will return you a boolean value whether this matching is done or not. So that's it about some programs. Now let us see another program based on the streams API. Now let us see another program based on streams API. In this program we will see the reduce and collectors summing in method of the collectors class to aggregate a collection and print the total salary of a particular employees in an organization. So let us see this program. So here you can see the main method. I have created an employee objects and adding this employee objects into a list, and after that I am using the free streams API here. So I want to get the total salary of a particular all the employees which are present in the organization, the sum of all the salaries. And here I'm using the map method to map the particular field to salaries, and then I'm using the reduce method. So reduce is taking a lambda expression. I'm using the lambda expression to note the particular values, some equal sum plus salary. So that value will be incrementing all the salaries, and finally I'll print the values each by event. It is an optional class, so I had to use the get method to print the particular values. And finally, in the next way of doing the calculating the salaries using the collectors dot the summing in the method. So this method also similar to the previous one. I'm using the streams API, and then I'm using the collectors dot. You can see dot collect. In the dot collect I will use the collectors dot is summing int method. So summing int method will take a parameter of a lambda expression, and I will give the particular lambda expression to denote bot salary field, and then I will print the particular value of the total salary. So let us see the output of this program. So here you can see total salary is calculated by both methods. So this is how we can use a collect method and reduce method in Streams API. So now let us see another program based on Streams API. Thank you. Now let us see a final program based on Streams API. So let us see this program. In this program, I will convert from a list to a map using Streams API. So let us start this program. So here we have an user-defined data type employee. In that I will have particular objects I will create for the user-defined data type, and then I will add all the values to a list one by one. And after that, I am using the streams API dot collect method, and in the collect method I am passing the collectors dot to map. In that I will pass the key mapping and value mapping like this. So particular key what I want to place and particular value what I want to get. So those values I have to pass as lambda expressions. So like that I will pass, and after that I am using the system dot out println to print the particular map which you get finally. Let us see the output. So here we can see the output. The map is printing, key value pairs is printing as the syntax for map. So that's how we are seeing about Streams API. So in this lecture we are covered about Streams API. We seen methods like map, reduce, collect, and count, all the aggregation and processing of collections and all other things we have seen in this lecture. Please free feel to check out all other methods which are present in the Streams API. It is a very large API. It consists of lots of methods and a lot of interfaces and classes are present. So please take your time to check out all the APIs and learn more about this Stream API. So because it is in future, most of the programmers will use the Streams API for the processing of collections and all other elements. So thank you for watching this lecture. I'll be back with the next section. Thank you.